Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm Sam,
I'm Ren.
and that's that.
Hello.
Welcome back to another episode of the Spooky News Podcast. I hope you've had a good month, or whatever it was since we last uploaded. Believe it or not, this podcast is going to be out the Spooky News for March of 2026.
2026.
Is it the spookiest month of the year?
No.
Well, we don't know yet.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, I wouldn't say March is a spooky month.
Would you not?
But it could be.
Could be. Depends what you get up to. Mm-hmm. So there's a few stories. But this time,
yes,
what I think we're actually going to start with is a tiny little segment.
A little segment. Something new? Different?
Just a little one.
Just a little one.
We're just going to talk about movies.
Films?
Just for a small amount of time. And then we'll explain the structure and we'll get into the podcast.
The bulk of it.
Main. Let's talk about movies for a second.
Okay.
First of all, this past weekend that we're in now, the current weekend, yesterday, we went to watch a little film.
A film.
What was that film called, Renegade?
It was Undertone.
Undertone. That's correct.
Yeah, thank you. Ding, ding, ding.
Ding,
I
ding,
get
ding.
points.
This came out on the 10th of April in the UK. It came out last month in the US. Mm-hmm. It's not a big film. It's an A24 thing. Director is a guy called Ian Tewson. Who I didn't tell you this actually. I read this after we got back. Off the back of this film coming out, he got the job directing the new Paranormal Activity.
There's going to be a new one.
There's going to be an 8th one.
I don't think I've seen past the second.
Yeah, that's fair. The first one weren't very good, so I didn't really watch many of them.
I quite enjoyed Paranormal Activity.
They're also developing a prequel series to a prequel film to Undertone.
Oh.
Yes, which I assume
so that's
will be about the audio clip and what happened with that couple.
That'll be cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, Undertone is about these, funnily enough, it's about these two people that, it's one person really, but there's two of them in it, but you only really see one. They record a podcast about scary things, funnily enough. And they listen to these audio files that they've got sent, and it gets scary.
It was so tense.
Very tense.
Also, I think that's the first time in a while that the cinema's lights have been like fully off. There was one on the left side of the cinema that was still on but very dim. But I looked at all the lights and I was like, yeah, they're all off. And the stairs didn't have lights either.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is a bit too immersive.
It's very immersive. It's not a lot of things happen. It's a lot of building tension. You are anticipating things happening.
Yeah. Sometimes it does, sometimes it
doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't. A lot of it's kind of angling at you, looking into the negative space.
Yeah.
Like outside of where the character is, thinking, oh, am I going to see something? So if you're into stuff like that, definitely recommend Undertone.
Yeah, we don't want to give too much away.
No, I won't say too much.
I went into it. I'd seen the trailer, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Don't remember the trailer at all. And so when Sam brought up going to cinema to see it, I was like, well, if I've agreed at seeing the trailer when I did that I wanted to see it, then let's go for it. So it was quite fun going into it, not really knowing what to expect. But yeah, it really, it made me tense. I was very scared. It was very well done, and it was all just in the one house, wasn't it?
All one location. There was only two people ever on screen.
But multiple people talking,
and only one of the people on screen actually talked and was on screen at the same time.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of, you'll see if you watch it.
Yeah.
Additionally, there's been a movie announced based on the game Exit 8, which we played. Did you enjoy Exit 8?
I did.
Yes.
Oh boy, did I! And some of the anomalies.
Yeah.
Were very jarring.
So Exit 8 is like a game where you loop like an underground subway station, and you're trying to get out at Exit 8, but if you don't certain things happen that are like slightly weird, and if you notice them, you have to turn around and you have to keep doing it. If you miss one of them, you'll be stuck under there forever. But eventually, if you do all of them, if you notice all of them and you turn around every time you see one, you get out.
Yeah.
And it's quite fun. Like, nothing crazy, but it's enjoyable.
It's just like a walking sim sort of
Yeah,
thing, innit?
and the movie is very much in the same vein, but although, based on the trailer, it seems like they might make a few more things happen just to
Yeah.
keep you more engaged. But that looks like that's coming out on the 24th of April. But it is in Japanese, so you will have to read subtitles if you want to watch that.
Okay.
But that's another cool one if anyone's interested.
Yeah, I would like to watch that.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, well, we can go see that too. And last but not least, there is also a movie based on The Backrooms. Another A24 film. Director is Kane Parsons, who previously known for doing a YouTube web series based on The Backrooms, which I think is where the whole idea started. If you don't know about The Backrooms, The Backrooms is the idea of like liminal spaces, which is like somewhere that's sort of nostalgic but creepy. Like like if you had like a bowling alley, but it's completely empty. There's no one there. There's nothing going on. It's just silent. But it's that kind of weird, like it's kind of nostalgic and comfortable, but something feels a bit off about it. That's the whole Backrooms liminal space thing. But it's very much, it's nostalgic, very much in like a 90s nostalgic way.
That's
So it kind of really only works if that's the kind of nostalgia you have.
Yeah.
If that's not a time you're nostalgic for, it probably doesn't really work quite the same for you. But it's been very big online for a good few years now as liminal spaces. Now there's a Backrooms movie, so that may also be quite good. Okay. We saw the trailer for that when we went.
Yeah, we actually did. We saw it last night.
Are you interested in seeing that one too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Plenty of stuff to be watching. So that's all. I just thought we'd have a quick little movie rundown of things that might be interesting that are coming out this month.
Yeah.
Because in theory, although we've been a bit iffy with the release times, but in theory, normally the podcast should come out like at the start of the month, and then obviously this bit works then because we're telling you things. Oh, these are things coming out this month when you listen to this, and then you can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas this is coming out more middle of the month.
Yeah.
So Undertone's already out, but the other two aren't out yet. So by the time this comes out,
do we have a date for the Backrooms?
Oh, sorry, yeah. I have not. Well, I've not written a date. I think it does have a release date though. Hold on, should we have a little look? Oh, you got it?
Was it May?
Oh, you've not got it.
I'm just trying to remember from the trailer we saw last.
Yeah,
night.
I'm just gonna bring it up now. Actually, well, I mean, is that the same? This is an AI overview, so it may not be right, but just as a little bit of background on the Backrooms, because I may have had it slightly wrong about that guy starting it. It says here, The Backrooms is a popular internet creepypasta and urban legend, originating from a 2019 4chan post depicting an endless liminal and non-Euclidean maze of empty yellow wallpapered rooms. It is accessed by no-clipping, aka phasing out of reality. The concept features dangerous entities and has spawned extensive fan-made lore, video games, and a forthcoming A24 film by Kane Pixels.
It's coming on the 29th of May.
29th of May. Okay, so that's not this month, but that is coming up soon if you're interested in that one. We'll probably re-reference it in the next podcast then.
Yeah.
To be like, oh, it's coming out later this month at that time. So you'll get another notification if you're interested. Mm-hmm. So, with that out of the way, let's get to the spooky news.
The spooky news.
For the month of March 2026.
And how do we do the spooky news, Sam? What's the format?
It's funny you should ask. The format goes like this. We have what we call the Big Three.
The Big Three?
Now, if you like spooky stuff, you might know about the Big Three. The Big Three is ghosts, UFOs, and cryptozoology.
Cryptozoology?
That's right, aka Bigfoot and stuff.
Dodger looked at me like, what?
What, really? Cryptozoology? You got something to say, Dodger? No, he's got nothing to say.
Okay.
Sam? Yes?
Do we have any ghost stories this month?
We do. Yes. At least one. But just so you're aware.
Yeah.
Not everything fits into the Big Three. Sometimes there's something that doesn't quite fit in those categories neatly. That is where the other category comes in.
Other.
So don't you worry, we've got you covered. If
You
you're
got
like,
some
wait,
others?
but there's something really spooky that happened, and it's not ghosts, and it's not UFOs, and it's not cryptozoology, what if they won't cover it? Don't worry, we will. It fits in other.
Yeah. So
Okay.
fret not.
So we're going to start with ghosts now.
Eee!
And we're going to start with this one. What is the first story?
What is the first story?
That's what I'm going to tell you.
Oh. It seemed like you were asking me.
I'm not asking you anything. You're going to sit there and listen. And then you're going to give many opinions based on what I say. Many. Preferably 20 minutes on whatever
my track
subject.
record. That's how that goes.
Story 1. The Pope took a meeting with Catholic exorcists at Vatican.
Oh.
The source for this is LA Mag, which I don't know what they've got to do with the Pope and whatever in the Vatican.
Just don't question it. Don't worry about
Don't worry about it. Pope Leo the 14th took a private meeting at the Vatican with a delegation of Catholic priests from the International Association of Exorcists, who warned the pontiff of a terrifying rise in occultism, esotericism, and Satanism. That should prompt an uptick in exorcism priests at every diocese in the world. The delegation is headquartered in Rome and was founded by French exorcist Father René Chenassot and Father Gabriel Amorth, an Italian. The priests are internationally revered by Catholics for their work dispelling demons. Russell Crowe played a character rooted in Amorth's ministry in the 2023 film The Pope's Exorcist, which we've not seen yet.
No, we've not.
The delegation is now led by Monsignor Karel Orlita and Father Francesco Bamonte, a member of the Servants and the Immaculate Heart of Mary. The Catholic exorcists said in a statement that they discussed the painful and increasingly widespread situation of people seriously disturbed by the extraordinary action of the devil as a result of frequenting occult sects with the Pope. They requested that the Pope add at least one more trained exorcist to every diocese as a way to battle what they call the great suffering that the extraordinary action of the devil entails for those who suffer it, and the Church's commitment to eliminate or at least to alleviate, in the name of Christ, this suffering through the sacramental of exorcism. At the end of the meeting, according to the Vatican, Monsignor Orlita and Father Bamonte gave the Pope a metal image of Saint Michael the Archangel from the sanctuary of Monte Sant'Angelo? Sant'Angelo?
Sant'Angelo?
Yeah, something like that. In Gargano, as well as 2 copies in Italian and in English of the book Linneas Guia para el Ministerio del Exorcismo, published by the Association in 2019. Pope Leo has acknowledged the work of the trained Catholic exorcists, delicate yet most necessary, encouraging priests to live it both as a ministry of liberation and of consolation, accompanying the faithful truly possessed by the evil one, with prayer and the invocation of Christ's effective presence.
Okay.
That's the story. It's not really a ghost story, but I did feel it fitted in that category.
Yeah.
To some extent, anyway. It's. I think it's one of those things where, well, in my opinion, I think it's cool that it's like, oh, there's exorcists and stuff, because it's always been like a cool like movie trope.
Yeah.
It's just sounded like a lot of nonsense.
Yeah.
they said a lot of
daft,
stuff
innit?
that didn't really mean a whole lot
A whole lot of nothing.
to try and get a couple of more people employed in this particular role, which is a very niche role, and it'd be hard to justify the cost of employing more people doing that.
Yeah. There's a rise.
There isn't really a need.
Cases of...
There has been a rise in, I think, occultism and people
Do you reckon?
Claiming to be Satanists and stuff like that. I don't know that there's a rise in any kind of need for an exorcist, but, you know, whatever. Get people employed. Why not? Pay them to do something. I don't mind.
Fuck about and find out.
So,
why not?
What do you think? Do you think we need more exorcists?
No.
No?
No.
Do you think the Pope will appoint more exorcists?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I reckon, yeah, they'd do anything.
Do you reckon that's a cover for what they were actually meeting for.
Aliens.
Could be aliens. It probably is. Most things are.
Probably aliens, yeah.
Well, sometimes some of the people involved in the UFO subject keep claiming that the aliens are demons. So there's a bit of crossover.
We've had this conversation.
Yeah.
It didn't end well. Let's end it there.
What do you mean it didn't end well?
We had a differing of opinions,
Did we?
Sam. Yeah. This was a while ago.
I don't even remember.
I'm much more cynical now.
Fair enough. Well, actually, that is everything for ghosts.
That was it. That weren't even a ghost story.
It fitted.
What?
It fitted in the ghost
I'm
category.
telling you.
Don't worry,
The
though,
ghosts
because
are
we'll come to
weird.
UFOs now, which is usually the big category.
The big category.
That's where all the stuff's going on at the moment.
I don't think there's any need for exorcists anymore.
I didn't get a word of that. So let's move
I
on
don't
to
think
UFOs.
there's any need for exorcists anymore.
Okay.
I think we should look at people's mental health a bit closer.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, yes. Let's move on.
UFOs.
To for Oz.
Story 1. Hacker. Sorry. Let me start that again. Hacker claims US government has UFO photos and list of non-terrestrial officers.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Non-terrestrial officers?
That's what it says. The source for this is the Metro.
Okay.
A Scottish hacker accused of carrying out the biggest military computer hack of all time on US government has revealed what he found. Gary McKinnon, age 60, rummaged through 97 US Army and authorities' websites in the early 1990s from his girlfriend's aunt's flat in London.
Yeah, if you're going to do it from your girlfriend's aunt's flat.
In an interview on American Alchemy with Jesse Michaels, aired yesterday, at the time of this story, obviously, McKinnon said he was hunting for evidence of a UFO cover-up. One low-quality image he saw showed a shape, a big, straight, kind of silvery line, cigar-shaped object, smooth, no lines, above Earth. He said the image loaded line by line as his dial-up internet struggled, explaining, there's like blackness, then there's like slowly a hemisphere started appearing, and I'm thinking, that's a planet. This thing looked very smooth on the outside. There were no lines, no screws, and no bolts, and stuff like that. While scrolling, he alleged that his mouse was suddenly hijacked, saying they right-clicked, disconnected, and boom, that was it, I was cut out. He also found a spreadsheet labelled non-terrestrial officers, referring to something that does not originate from Earth, McKinnon claimed. He added, it had ship names and fleet-to-fleet transfers. McKinnon also claimed he found testimony from former NASA contractor Donna Hare, saying she was shown an image of a disk over Earth. Such anomalies are scrubbed clean from any images released to the public, Hare said, according to McKinnon. McKinnon quoted one of her colleagues saying, well, we always have to airbrush them out before we sell them to the public. NASA has been approached for comment. Hacking, McKinnon said, isn't quite being hunched over a computer in a hoodie. I was in my dressing gown up till like 4 a.m, smoking weed, drinking beer, just like riding my life, really. He said, adding he used a 56K dial-up modem. McKinnon had spent years interested in UFOs and other space-age tech, like pollution-free energy, after seeing an orange light in the sky as a child. Inspired by the Disclosure Project book by Stephen Greer, he decided to pry open secretive government systems for evidence in March 2001. McKinnon was arrested by police at his flat in Wood Green, North London, in March 2002, with investigators acting on allegations from the US. American authorities said that McKinnon hacked into US Army, Navy, Air Force, Department of Defense, and NASA computers at, it just says 16. I assumed it meant his age then, but maybe it didn't. Anyway, not that important. This caused £487,000 worth of damage to computers in 2001 and 2002, officials said. So I thought he said it did it in the 1990s. Or maybe he did it again. It wasn't quite.
He didn't stop doing it.
It wasn't quite clear from the story. If he was,
I think it's implying that he saw the picture in the 1990s, and then he carried on hacking all the other bits
right, and then he
bobs,
was
Air
hacking,
Force
yeah,
and whatnot, and that's when he caused the damage.
If he was convicted, McKinnon could have spent 70 years behind bars, only for an extradition order to be blocked by then Prime Minister Theresa May on human rights grounds. Was Theresa May? No. I was going to say Theresa May wasn't Prime Minister in 2001, 2002. That's afterwards. He was arrested in the early 2000s, and they were going to extradite him, but that happened much later, and then she blocked it.
Right.
McKinnon, known as Solo online, stressed he never acted with malicious intent and positioned himself as a truth seeker. He admitted to obtaining unauthorized access to US government computer systems. Asked by Michaels why he did this, McKinnon said, "I wanted it from the horse's mouth. I didn't want to just believe. I wanted to know."
Man's watched a lot of X-Files.
That's what he said. He said he wanted to know. Do you believe in what he found?
I believe he found summit.
Yeah.
I mean, if his computer was hijacked and it was disconnected.
He was obviously connected to these databases that he wasn't supposed to be. That much is definitely true.
Interestingly, though, if that happened, if they found him and disconnected him,
Yes.
would they not have pursued him then in the 90s?
Well, obviously, it's the US that he hacked into.
Yeah, because he was in
And it's
London.
difficult prosecuting people when they're living in and a citizen of a different country. When you don't have jurisdiction. Obviously, countries tend to work together, but it becomes much more difficult, I think,
Right.
to deal with that kind of stuff.
So, yeah, in 2001, 2002, he'd done it to loads of
Yeah.
places, so they had a bit more.
Like, obviously, he'll have found a bunch of suspicious stuff. The reason it was named in the title and is because it's the most interesting thing is the whole non-terrestrial officers thing.
Yeah.
Because obviously, the default is to hear that and be like, oh, they've hired aliens as,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, US military officers.
Yeah.
But obviously, then you think about it, saying that's not necessarily true. We've had a presence in space for a long time. Obviously, everyone knows about the ISS, but that doesn't mean there aren't other space stations of a kind that military only use. That there might actually be consistent presences on those as well.
Yeah.
And they're not on the ground, so arguably they're non-terrestrial. And it could just be a matter of that.
Yeah.
So obviously, that's still interesting because I don't think there's any confirmation that there are other space stations. There are other space stations, but I don't think there's any confirmation that there are other military-specific space stations that military personnel spend time on off of the planet.
Yeah.
So it's interesting if that's true.
Yeah.
Especially considering that was in the 90s when we weren't really doing anything much.
Yeah.
There was the ISS, but there wasn't a whole lot of space stuff going on, really. So that's interesting. But it's not the same as hiring aliens to work for the military. So, but it's worth considering.
Yeah.
Gary McKinnon's been a name that's been going around for ages. It would because he did it in the 90s, and it's not the first time he's told this story.
Yeah.
But it's it's an interesting one. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Pretty cool.
Yeah?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Maybe he did. Maybe he didn't.
Would you like to be a non-terrestrial officer?
I'm good, thanks. I wouldn't like to be any kind of officer, thank you.
No kind of officer at all?
No.
Would you hack into US Navy and Air Force databases to look for UFO stuff?
No, but I really like the film Hackers, and I think we should bring that sort of fashion back and bring back rollerblades.
Fair enough. Do you think, considering we've just seen, and we will talk about this a bit later, but the whole first launch of Artemis II sending astronauts to the moon since the first time since the 70s. Considering that went nice and it was happy and they did a lot of publicity through it and it was 24/7 live stream, do you think NASA capture images and footage of UFOs and have to airbrush them out before they send to the public? Because that's what he said, that it said on when he broke into NASA's website.
Probably.
You think?
Probably.
You think they're catching stuff?
Although, I think it'd be harder for them to do now. In terms of harder to do without people being very critical of it and picking up on it, you know. But at the
Maybe.
same time, the technology is also advanced, so it's a lot easier to
True.
make it. Yeah. Who knows?
Who
Sure.
knows? Okay.
Don't believe anyone ever.
Don't ever believe anyone. Right. I'll leave you with that one for a little bit. maybe you think of something else.
Probably not. Empty head, no thoughts.
Fair enough. We'll move on to the next story. That story is this. Story 2 for UFOs, that is. Paulina Luna issues update on UFO file release. Very serious. That's what it says. The source for this is
Is
Newsweek.
that her real name?
Yeah.
Interesting. Luna.
US Representative Paulina Luna offered an update on the Trump administration's plans to release government information relating to aliens and unidentified flying objects during a recent podcasting appearance.
A recent podcast appearance.
Correct. Speaking to media personality Gillian Michaels on Keeping It Real, Luna, who chairs the task force on the declassification of federal secrets, said, "I think they're very serious about doing it." When asked about President Donald Trump and Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth's announcement that they would be declassifying information. "There has been instances of footage we cannot explain. As soon as we get the official on-paper declassification order, I want to do a press conference with all the information that we are told to and shown," she said. Luna said, "I think you're going to get a lot of cool stuff, but I don't think that there's going to be ever the full admission. The federal government telling you what to believe. They'll release it, but they're not going to tell you what to make of it." The interview comes after Trump announced in February he would be directing Hegseth to start locating and making public government files pertaining to unidentified flying objects and potential extraterrestrial life. Luna previously recounted her experience with a UFO while serving in the Air Force on the Joe Rogan Experience. Luna told Rogan that while working as an airfield manager at the Portland Air National Guard, she encountered a UAP. She said the pilot later told her they were not permitted to discuss the incident. Thoughts? So she's claiming they're serious about it, and they're going to release them. She reckons to have seen one herself, and they said don't talk about it.
It'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see if it actually does happen, first of all.
They've still not put them out yet.
Yeah.
I hate to be cynical about it because I'd love for it to just happen.
Hi, Dodge.
But realistically, they're going to put something out, and it's going to be much of everything we've already seen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's not going to move the needle, and people who already believe are going to believe, and people who don't believe aren't going to believe.
Yeah.
And I don't think anything's going to change.
No.
And that is kind of a shame.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm okay with it still being somewhat up in the air, but I would love it if they put out something that's very intriguing that gets some people like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Maybe. You know what I mean? But I'm just not convinced that they will.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, won't we?
What do you reckon to Paulina Luna? Do you reckon she actually saw something?
She's got Luna in her name, and it's really making me doubt.
Loony Luna, is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying, Ren? That is so dismissive of you.
I'm picturing Luna Lovegood.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, you know what? No, because my name's Ren, so.
Yeah. And you're not, contrary to popular belief, you're not a little bird flying around.
No, I'm not.
No. You're someone capable of holding a microphone.
But not any thoughts in my head. Yeah, sure. I think she's trying to be like, guys, look, I'm all about aliens. I'm relevant.
I think
Just
it has
ignore
been...
that my name's Luna.
It's not a huge percentage of the population, although there has been a surveys done, and more than half of the US population believes in UFOs.
Yeah.
So I think in some ways it is an intentional choice to be sort of UFO positive.
Yeah.
And I think it does hook in a certain percentage of people. So I think it's really... Because that doesn't necessarily mean that everything they're saying is not true, but I think it's being done with the intention of gaining votes.
Yeah, I'm going to say, do you think they're waiting for a really prime moment to do it?
Yeah.
Like a really...
Probably.
Critical moment where they're like, we need people to...
They have midterms, don't they, where like halfway through a president's like term.
Yeah.
Midterm. Yeah. They do a poll to see whether or not people are still
where people
on this side, and I think it's probably somewhat probably be related to that. They'll do it, and then
Yeah.
a certain percentage of people will be like,
for sure.
"Oh,
It'd
they
be
put
very
something out. Yeah,
intentional.
keep them in. You know what I mean?"
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see.
We're just waiting. We're waiting to see. But
Maybe-
yeah, it will be at a very critical point.
Maybe that's a cynical viewpoint to have, but
Nah, we'll
I
just be
don't know.
realistic, aren't we? We know.
we know how it works.
If they've been going on about it for so long, the fact it's not happened yet.
Yeah.
We know.
Right. We'll move on to the next story, shall we?
We got another UFO story.
Another one.
Okay.
What is this? Story 3.
What is this? Okay, Dodger. Okay, darling. Okay, I'm sorry. I stopped petting you, and I know I'm the worst mother ever.
Could the infamous Majestic 12 papers have been real all along?
Refresh my memory.
The source for this is Unexplained Mysteries itself. But it was originally the Daily Mail, but it's that... Daily Mail's weird, where sometimes you go on and you can just look at it, and sometimes it's like no pay as money.
Yeah.
This is one of the pay as money ones, so I took it from...
So you got the headline from Daily Mail and then got the actual story from Unexplained Mysteries.
Something like that, yeah.
Hi, baby.
The idea that there could be a clandestine group of government officials, military leaders, and scientists set up in secret to investigate UFOs and alien visitation might seem like something straight out of the X-Files. Yet, rumours of such an organisation have persisted for years. Back in the 1980s, a trove of documents pertaining to Majestic 12 began circulating around, leading to suggestions that the group had been set up in 1947 by US President Harry S. Truman. The entire thing was later declared to be a hoax by the Federal Bureau of Investigation, yet rumours continue to persist, with some still believing that Majestic 12 was in fact the real deal. Recently, new claims began to circulate suggesting that correlations have been discovered between the file numbers and administrative stamps on the original documents and genuine CIA case files from the 1940s and 50s that have been since declassified and released to the public. Trouble is, the investigator who came to this conclusion has decided to remain anonymous. According to reports, the only connection to him is UFO researcher Ryan Wood, who provided physical copies of the original Majestic 12 files from the 1980s. He's doing a great job, Wood told the Daily Mail. He's digging in the right spots and doing a good job of the historical research. It's definitely on point and logical, fair and highly credible. As things stand, even if there are file numbers and stamps in the Majestic 12 files which match those genuine CIA documents, it doesn't mean that those files and what's claimed inside them are real. We still also lack any other tangible evidence that might help to prove their legitimacy. Now, the name Majestic 12 is very familiar, but I can't for the life of me remember the original story of that. But obviously the idea is it's a group set up to research UFOs, right?
Yeah.
Those have been confirmed. There's been multiple different ones over the years, and people that headed them up have been confirmed. So the fact that there would be a group is not really that big of a story. But I think the idea is in the 40s, it's like around Roswell time.
Right.
So, well, it's not totally clear. It seems, I think that was Roswell time, wasn't it? It seems like the idea is basically that's when it all really kicked off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this would have been the first group when they first discovered it, and they were like, "What's going on?" And they may have the most interesting stories as a result.
Yeah.
Because at this point, all these other groups that have been set up to research them, it's all compartmentalized, so no one knows all the real truth. So even when you speak to people from these groups, they only know bits and pieces. At the time, because it was fresh, the people who were involved in Majestic 12, assuming it was real, probably would have known the whole thing.
The whole thing, yeah.
And at some point, they were like, we can't keep everyone knowing everything.
Yeah.
It will get out. We need to do something about this. So, obviously, there's still very possible that it was nonsense and that these files weren't real. But at least this person is suggesting that there has been some evidence to suggest that actually, no, that might have been true.
Yeah.
You know?
I think Majestic 12 is a really cool name for it.
It is pretty cool. I think the whole Roswell thing. So that point in time, so the 40s or whenever Roswell was, that and the mix of like the sort of resurgence of UFO stuff with like the X-Files in the 1990s.
Yeah.
Those are the peak UFO times.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff's going on right now, but it's not as cool as it was then. You know what I mean?
It's not, is it?
We want to get it back to being cool, but
Yeah.
well, most of all, we want to know the
Make
truth.
UFOs cool again.
Most of all, we want to know the truth, regardless of how that
Yeah.
happens. But it would be nice if it was cool as well. You know what I mean? It's still interesting, but I do lament that it's not as cool as it once was.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's partly because it's more grounded now, in a way.
Yeah.
Whereas then it was like, well, we don't really know. It's mysterious. It's interesting. Now it's like,
Yeah.
it's still I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but there was just
Yeah,
something
it's
about
very
it.
different.
Yeah. But yeah.
Do you
what
think it's because of like an oversaturation of like fake stuff and that and
Possibly.
sort of...
I think in some ways, like the stuff you see, like all the military footage, it's the kind of stuff that it's like rubbish. It's rubbish to look at, and the idea is, oh, it's more believable because it's rubbish. Because you wouldn't get like just a great image, like you get something slightly rubbish and be like, oh, what's that? But there's so much of that it all kind of feels like, oh, it's just going to be some rubbish.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel, like in the 90s, when you'd watch some UFO thing on TV or something, it'd be like, oh, what if they show something like really, really genuine? And there was like a level of hope that like they might have something like a really good footage, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And obviously they didn't, but you hope that they might. Whereas now, I don't know, maybe it's just cynical because it's like, they're not going to have hope. You know? Prove us wrong.
Prove us wrong.
Give us the good stuff.
Giz it now.
Anyway, after all that cynical talk about UFOs, let's move on to more
we
UFO
are very
stories.
cynical today, aren't we?
Yeah, I know. This is an interesting story. Story 4. White House registers new alien-related .gov domains as DoD tackles Trump's disclosure directive. The source for this is Defense Scoop. The White House registered 2 new government domains this week, alien.gov and aliens.gov.
Come on now.
Exactly. According to publicly available federal records. Their appearance comes about 1 month after President Donald Trump announced plans to direct the long-anticipated release of U.S. government records about unidentified anomalous phenomenon and extraterrestrial beings. Those new domains were not connected to websites as of Wednesday morning, from when the story was published.
Yeah.
But public data managed by the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agencies reveals that both sites were registered on that Tuesday evening and are hosted on Cloudflare servers. Shortly after Trump's disclosure order in February, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said the Pentagon was keen to comply and had started actively working on the initiative. A Pentagon spokesperson referred questions from Defense Scoop on Wednesday to the White House regarding the registration of these new .gov domains, the content they will support, and whether this marks a change in the government's plans for public UAP reporting options. Shortly after the initial publication of this article, the White House spokeswoman Anna Kelly told Defense Scoop in an emailed response to those questions to stay tuned.
Oh, wow.
Her statement included the same alien emoji that Hegseth used on social media when he reposted Trump's promise last month to publish previously undisclosed records about extraterrestrials and unidentified craft.
So unserious.
Notably, both domains were launched while the government is not accepting new .gov domain requests due to a lapse in federal funding. On Thursday, CISA's acting executive assistant director for cybersecurity, Chris Butera, told Defense Scoop that the agency manages the .gov registry to ensure that only verified US-based government organizations receive these trusted domains. CISA does not generally review or audit how government organizations use their registered domains and does not control content on all .gov websites, Butera said. The arrival of aliens.gov was previously reported by
404 Media and first spotted by a bot that tracks .gov domains.
Correct. That's the story.
Why would they have alien and aliens?
Possibly just to cover all bases. Often when people pick up websites, they'll get multiple different versions just to be like, well, make sure I've got all of these.
Right.
Obviously, what they're saying is that the .gov ones are limited to only trusted government sources anyway, so
Yes.
they don't need to worry about someone else snapping something up and
Yeah.
confusing people. So I'm not sure, but maybe
The alien emojis are sent me, Sam. That's just so silly.
maybe they were undecided on which one they wanted to go with.
Yeah.
So initially, when this came out, the first thought was obviously, oh, this is alien stuff. And it's like, hold on a minute. Is it like illegal aliens, not extraterrestrial aliens? And it could have been, but them asking her and then her saying, stay tuned and putting in an alien emoji, it's like, okay, no, so it's probably about
Yeah.
the aliens. Obviously, it doesn't mean anything crazy. It's just going to be a place for, presumably, for them to put all the information that they are going to release.
Yeah.
They've just got a home for it now.
Yeah.
And it doesn't interfere with everything else going on.
Makes sense.
So, but it's good to know that that's there. So if you want to find out what they're saying, there's a
Yeah.
very specific website you can go to without having to filter through all the other crap that they post about.
Yeah.
You can go straight to the aliens, which is good. I mean, it's a promising sign that they might actually release something
Yeah,
at
it
least.
seems like things are in motion with it.
Yeah. But they've still not done it yet, so
No,
come
we're
on now.
Still waiting.
Right.
You're tired.
Yeah, well, we were up late last night
Watching Undertone.
watching Undertone, yeah. So this next story is probably the most interesting story this month, I think.
Okay.
And it has been an ongoing thing. Well, we'll get into it because I think it's one of those where it's a story, but then there was another story and a link, so it's kind of like an updated part of the story. Former U.S. Air Force general linked to UFO research goes missing in New Mexico.
Is this what my dad was talking about?
Probably. We'll get into it. I'll explain what's going on. The source for this is independent. A retired U.S. Air Force general who spent part of his career engaged in UFO research has disappeared in New Mexico. William Neil McCasland, 68, was last seen around 11 a.m. local time on Friday, from when this story was posted, near Quail Run Court, northeast maybe? I don't know. In Albuquerque, according to Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office, which is leading the investigation to find him. McCasland's wife said he left home without his watch or phone, which was considered unusual for a man known to be an experienced outdoorsman with a passion for hiking and skiing. The sheriff's office said a silver alert had been issued for McCasland, indicating particular concern for his well-being because he suffers from an unspecified medical condition. The missing man is described as standing 5 feet 11 inches tall and weighing around 160 pounds, with white hair and blue eyes. Our priority is finding Mr. McCasland safely, said Sheriff John Allen. Our investigators and search teams are working continuously, and we're coordinating closely with our local, state, and federal partners. We're asking the public to help by checking and preserving any security camera footage from the area and reporting any information immediately. One woman has reported a supposed sighting of McCasland. You listening?
Yeah.
What are you looking up?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
It was what my dad was talking about.
Yeah. One woman has reported a supposed sighting of McCasland, writing on the Albuquerque Trail Running Crew's Facebook group that she had informed police after spotting a person matching his description on the whitewash trailhead in Piedra Lisa Canyon, according to the Daily Mail. Colonel Justin Seacrest, base commander of the 377th Air Base Wing at Kirtland Air Force Base, where McCasland previously served, told the Albuquerque Journal, "We are closely coordinating with local authorities and defer all updates regarding the search efforts to the Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office. Our thoughts are with his family during this difficult time." Before entering the private sector after his retirement from service in 2013, McCasland led both Kirtland's base's Phillips Research Site and the Air Force Research Laboratory at Wright-Patterson in Dayton, Ohio, where he was responsible for managing the Air Force's $2.2 billion science and technology program, as well as its public-funded research efforts. Wright Patterson is a famous name among UFO experts, as it was the site at which debris retrieved from the 1947 Roswell incident in New Mexico was analysed and studied. Official reports state that the material in question really came from fallen Project Mogul balloons designed to give advance warning of Soviet atomic bomb detonations by detecting their sound waves and not flying saucers. The Dayton base was home to Project Blue Book in 1950s and 60s and recorded some 12,618 alleged UFO sightings at the height of the Cold War, 701 of which reportedly remain unidentified. McCaslin's name is also known to UFO watchers after it cropped up in emails published by WikiLeaks in 2016, taken from John Podesta, and then the campaign manager to Democratic presidential candidate Hillary Clinton. Tom DeLonge, guitarist and frontman with the pop-punk band Blink-182, claimed in correspondence with Podesta that McCaslin had advised him on disclosure practices and on setting up his To the Stars Incorporated company, which is dedicated to promoting extraterrestrial matters. McCaslin has never confirmed or denied his involvement in Tom DeLonge's UFO research. So, the man's been missing, closely linked with UFOs.
Mm-hmm.
His wife did put out a statement on Facebook, I think it was.
Yeah.
So we'll read that now, because the statement is particularly... funny is not the right word, but it's just funny that she says what she says the way she says it.
Right.
At least a part of it.
Yeah.
So we'll read the statement from his wife. Neil McCaslin has now been missing for 1 week. There has been no indication whatsoever where he might be. There have been dozens of searchers on foot, both official and friends and neighbours of Neil's, who coordinate with the official sources. There have also been horseback searchers, drones with different capabilities, helicopters, 3 different types of search dogs, neighbourhood canvassing and looking for ring or wildlife videos. Organisations involved are Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office, which is the lead organisation, Albuquerque Field Office and the FBI. NM State Search and Rescue, don't know, Albuquerque Mountain Rescue.
NM will be New Mexico.
Oh yeah, probably. New Mexico State Search and Rescue, Albuquerque Mountain Rescue, Air Force Office of Special Investigations, Albuquerque Police Department, and maybe others of which I am unaware. I'm so grateful to one and all for their unflagging, dedicated efforts and support. I would like to take this opportunity to dispel some of the misinformation circulating about Neil and his disappearance, mostly from uninformed media sources. The initial silver alert from BCSO mentioned medical conditions, which some have taken to mean Alzheimer's. Neil is at some risk, but not from dementia. He was not confused and disoriented. Number 2, there was no concerning Friday morning telephone call to a close relative. I have been in contact with all of his close relatives and some not so close ones. This is a complete fabrication. Number 3, it is true that when Neil was in the Air Force, he had access to some highly classified programs and information. He retired from the Air Force almost 13 years ago and has only had very commonly held clearances since. It seems quite unlikely that he was taken to extract very dated secrets from him. Number 4, it is true that Neil had a brief association with the UFO community through Tom DeLonge, former frontman for Blink-182 and founder of the organisation To the Stars. Neil worked with Tom for a bit shortly after his Air Force retirement as an unpaid, Neil's choice, consultant on military and technical/scientific matters to lend verisimilitude to Tom's fiction book and media activities. After the Russians hacked John Podesta's emails, see Neil's Wikipedia page, there was less contact with Tom and the community pushing for release of UFO information. This connection is not a reason for someone to abduct Neil. Neil does not have any special knowledge about the ET bodies and debris from the Roswell crash stored at Wright Pat Air Force Base. Though at this point, with absolutely no sign of him, maybe the best hypothesis is that aliens beamed him up to the mothership. However, no sightings of a mothership hovering above Sandia Mountains have been reported. All the thoughts and prayers from around the country are much appreciated. I will update if/when any real information comes in.
Is this woman high?
There are multiple interesting things about this statement.
What the hell?
First of all, the joke about being no mothership
No mothership,
sighted, it's like, should you not be more, like, not making jokes in this kind of situation?
As she killed her husband.
I don't think she's killed her. I think she's saying...
an alien.
She's saying, I'm dispelling myths and, like, misunderstandings.
Promise it's not aliens.
While
promise.
secretly, like, I think the thinly
Trying to,
veiled thing
like-
is, I'm hinting that these are actually...
Guys,
real.
It's definitely not aliens. No, I'm not
Like,
being
she-
forced to say this.
She starts off saying, oh, he's not at risk of dementia. I don't think that... I mean, who knows? But I think the idea is, like, she starts off something that's genuinely dispelling a myth
Yeah.
to then lend credence to the idea that she's actually dispelling a myth when... I don't know. It's something about the way she says it, you know? It's, like...
Could have been beamed up by aliens, but we didn't see the mothership, you know.
It's... There was no concerning Friday morning telephone call to a close relative. Maybe there was, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like informing anyone who doesn't already know this.
Right.
Talking about the Air Force Base and how it's unlikely that they've extracted him, that they've abducted him to extract dated secrets from him.
Yeah.
Hint, hint, maybe they took him to find out stuff he knows.
Yeah.
And then obviously talking about Tom. And then very specifically the comment of Neil does not have any special knowledge about the ET bodies and debris from the Roswell crash stored at Wright Pat. So it's not like she doesn't say he doesn't know about any UFO related things at Wright Pat. She says he doesn't know about the ET bodies and the Roswell debris stored. You know what I mean? That because that implies those things are there.
About this
And she's
very
just saying he
real
doesn't
thing.
know anything
He
about
doesn't know
those.
about that thing. Yeah.
I don't want to, you know, suggest too much because obviously this is a real situation. There's someone gone missing. It's serious. But the way that statement reads is very like, really?
Something's
you know?
not right in it.
It's definitely interesting, isn't it?
It's weird.
Yeah. So like I said, that's why I think that's the most interesting story. We'll get more into it on next month's podcast, but there has been updates because multiple other people have also gone missing that have been connected to UFOs since then.
Right.
And it's kind of like, is this becoming a thing right now for some reason?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm not certain. I don't think he's been found yet.
No.
Even as of now.
No. Well, my dad was definitely talking to you about it yesterday.
Yeah, he was talking to me about it yesterday.
Yeah.
Very strange. Maybe go check on Right Pat.
Yeah.
There might be some bodies in there.
Oh, there's something's not right with that whole statement.
Yeah.
That's, yeah.
All of a sudden, UFOs have becoming kind of cool again. But in all seriousness, hopefully they find him soon.
Hopefully, yeah.
Because he's not very old, but he's not a young man.
No.
And he's out there. He doesn't have phone and stuff. And
Or he's
who knows what's happened to him.
Not got his reading glasses, has he?
No, exactly. Right, that's everything for UFOs.
That's it.
That's
That's a
it.
lot for UFOs.
Yeah, well, it's always a big subject, isn't it?
Big chunky one, isn't it?
We're going to move on to cryptozoology.
Please, is there Bigfoot? Is there Nessie?
Shall we find out?
Yes.
Story 1.
I just read it. I read the headline.
The famed 1967 Bigfoot film was an incredible hoax, says the director of a groundbreaking new documentary.
Sounds like a hater to me.
Story for this is The People.
We got it straight from the people, guys.
Yes. Documentary filmmaker Mark Evans. See, we were talking about people spelling their names.
Oh, this guy spelled it with a Q. That's even
M-A-R-Q,
worse.
Mark.
Get out of here, Mark.
Mark Evans had a hunch one day that he might tackle the topic of Bigfoot, but he had no idea that he'd end up creating a film that could end up debunking the mystery linked to the creature that's lasted for 59 years. His groundbreaking documentary, Capturing Bigfoot, which premieres this week at the time of the article at the 2026 South by Southwest Film and TV Festival, provides startling new evidence, he says, that finally proves that the most famous Bigfoot film of all time is nothing more than an incredible hoax.
Sounds like a hater.
Long held up as evidence that Bigfoot exists and responsible for launching the multi-million-dollar Bigfoot industry. Did you know that the Bigfoot industry?
Multi-million-dollar Bigfoot industry.
The iconic, shaky 59-second silent clip that was shot in 1967 shows an enormous, hairy creature, later nicknamed Patty, walking slowly through a wooded area in a forest near Bluff Creek, Calif. I assume that's short for California.
California.
It really captured the imagination of billions of people over the past 6 decades, says Evans. Shot by former rodeo star named Roger Patterson and his pal Robert Gimlin, hence the Patterson-Gimlin film, had for decades been scrutinized by biologists, anthropologists, and even Hollywood costume examiners looking to debunk its authenticity. Over the years, no one had been able to definitively prove that the 16mm movie was staged. All that began to change in June 2024 when Evans, who has directed a handful of critically acclaimed documentaries, received an email from a part-time instructor named Teresa Brooks at Olympic College, where he teaches courses in documentary filmmaking. After her father's death, says Evans, 43, she'd found a canister of 16mm film that had been sealed away for over half a century. She needed help getting it developed and wondered if I might be interested in doing something with it. Little did Evans know, but what had just been handed to him and its possible connection to the famed 1967 film. Little did Evans know what had just been handed to him. Oh, yeah, whatever. It didn't make sense.
I get you.
But he soon learned that Brooks's father, a man named Norm Johnson, who spent years running the film department for Seattle's Boeing company, was connected to Patterson and Gimlin through his brother Dave, and it quickly became clear to Evans that Teresa's father had developed the Patterson-Gimlin film, which immediately made headlines around the world after the footage was released in 1967. It caught fire right away, says Evans. As somebody said in our film, it went viral before that word even existed. Brooks told Evans that the reason the film had been locked away in a safe is because her mother had feared that her husband might have been involved with a short movie that she was convinced was probably a hoax. She was concerned, said Evans, that Norm might get in trouble for being involved with it and told him to put it away, any evidence of involvement, and never speak about it again. Not long after receiving Brooks's email, Evans had the 16mm film developed and days later found himself looking at a 40-second clip set in a location similar to the one in the 1967 movie, showing what appeared to be a slightly skinnier looking Bigfoot walking into the woods. It took me maybe 9 months to realise what we really had, said Evans, who was able to determine by markings on the film that the footage has been shot in 1966, roughly a year before the now famous clip in the 59-second Bigfoot movie was allegedly shot. What we eventually found out is that this new footage represented a trial run, a rehearsal that was never discarded. Realising he had physical evidence that finally put to rest the question of whether Patterson's creation was a hoax, Evans knew he had the makings for an explosive documentary. He quickly went to work, he says, connecting the dots behind the making of the 1967 film and interviewing the cast of characters in Patterson's hometown of Yakima, Washington, who were involved with its creation, including 80-something-year-old Bob Hieronymus. Interesting.
Amazing.
Who confessed to being the individual wearing the fake Bigfoot suit in the film. Evans, whose father had grown up in Yakima and had heard plenty of gossip among locals about the film's authenticity, assumed that the family of Roger Patterson, who died of Hodgkin's lymphoma in 1972, would, as they always had, refuse to speak about the film, which had generated millions of dollars in licensing fees over the years. But once Evans showed the new footage to Patterson's oldest son Clint, a 66-year-old Montana rancher, he was eager to talk. He'd learned the film was a fake from his mother years earlier and had been wanting to come out and tell his story, says Evans. The lie had been really hard on him and he was ready and wanting to get out from under it. What makes the story even more complicated and tragic, says Evans, is that Patterson, who by all accounts truly believed in Bigfoot's existence, knew that he was dying in 1967 when he made and released his film. He knew he didn't have long to live, that he was going to be leaving his wife with 3 young kids to take care of, Evans said. So he took and shot he took a shot at leaving them some sort of legacy that could possibly help pay the bills. The only piece of mystery still unresolved is what happened to the Bigfoot suit that Patterson had painstakingly created. Clint told me that he actually saw his dad burn the suit out behind the family house one night in a big barrel, Evans says. He basically spent about 30 minutes tossing it into the fire piece by piece. Asked if he believes his documentary will finally force people to admit Bigfoot is nothing more than a mixture of folklore, misidentified animal sightings, and deliberate hoaxes, Evans isn't optimistic. I certainly wasn't some skeptic who set out to prove Bigfoot wasn't real, he says. We were just focused on telling this story about the Patterson film, but I think for a lot of people who have so much history and belief tied up in this, it's going to be really hard to accept.
Okay, maybe it's not a hit. That is really sweet if it was like to set up for his family, because he knew he was dying.
It's the moral question of is it good because he set it up for his family? But it's a lie. But it's a lie that he perpetuated. Loads of people have spent a lot of money on.
True. Yeah.
Something that he faked. You know what I mean? Like, which is morally better? Because on the one hand, it didn't actively hurt anyone. These people chose to spend money. They didn't have to.
Yeah.
But, some people, no doubt, have been obsessed with this and had their lives very much tied up in it. So maybe, I don't know. Also, to note, not that I don't think Bigfoot is real, but to note, he's not saying Bigfoot isn't real. He's just saying this footage was fake.
This footage was fake,
'Cause
yeah.
Patterson, who filmed the footage, believed in Bigfoot before he filmed the footage. You know what I mean? Like, he already believes, and he wanted footage of it.
Yeah.
So it's not the purpose of the documentary is not to debunk Bigfoot.
Right. Yeah.
It's just to debunk that particular footage.
Gotcha.
Now, we've not seen this documentary yet.
No.
Maybe it's not actually that convincing.
We should watch it.
It sounds like maybe it is. Yeah, I think we should watch it. Yeah. Hopefully, we'll have watched it by next podcast and we can report back.
Yes.
But that's that's quite something, isn't it? Because that is a classic piece of footage. That stuff happens though, and it's been debunked apparently. You've seen it, haven't you? The Patterson Gimlin footage.
I think.
It's silent. It's not black and white, but it's like old. It's 1967, wasn't it? It's like a creek, so there's some water, there's trees in the background, and he just sort of walks slowly.
Yeah.
One of the big things for a long time that people pointed towards for it being authentic is that it's a female Bigfoot. Like it has boobs, Bigfoot boobs.
Boobies.
Which, because obviously if you were making a costume, why would you put a bit, like it'd be easier to not do that.
Yeah.
So the people are like, well, so it must be real, but obviously, apparently, you would do.
Yeah.
Unless they accidentally looked like it and he just went with it, you know what I mean?
Slaying into it, yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Interesting.
Yeah, we will have to give that a watch.
We'll give that a watch. If anyone else has watched it, feel free to comment and let us know what you thought. Because, that's an interesting one. Should we move on?
Okay.
Story 2. Bigfoot roaming Portage County.
What?
Several reported sightings within days.
Yes!
Oh. Forget that documentary.
Come on. Dodger's excited about this.
The source for this is Fox 8. Some unusual and frightening sightings in northeast Ohio have many people talking about and believing in Bigfoot.
Yes.
Multiple reports of a massive creature have been reported in Portage County heading towards Trumbull County. It's normal for there to be Bigfoot sightings all over the United States, but it's not normal to have multiple sightings in a small area within a short number of days, said Jeremiah Byron, host of the Bigfoot Society podcast. A competing podcast? Don't go there. Listen to ours.
This is a Bigfoot podcast.
Byron has interviewed over 1,000 people about the subject and told Fox 8's Suzanne Stratford on the Tuesday, from when the story was posted, that these claims seem sincere. They're shook up, they're very emotional and just want to stay anonymous, he said. The report started on the 6th of March with 2 encounters in Mantua Center, followed by 2 more on the 9th of March in Garrettsville. A guy and his friend were hiking on the Headwaters Trail and they saw a 10-foot Sasquatch, said Byron. When it was grunting at them, it turned its head at the shoulders, not neck, which is an important detail. That's crazy. An older woman in Wyndham, who did not previously believe in Bigfoot, also saw something massive run in and out of the woods on the 9th of March. It's a hair-covered creature. It's on two legs, not walking like a bear, but like a human would, said Byron. The next report came from Newton Township on the 10th of March from a man taking his dog outside at 4 a.m. Taking his German Shepherd outside, the dog, when it gets to the door, it starts freaking out. It lunges towards the wood line. The gentleman looks out there, and he sees a large black shadowing figure out there in the tree line, and it's about 9 to 10 feet tall, said Byron. The dog couldn't stop shaking. Fox 8 asked if anyone took pictures or video, but Byron said the encounters were only a few seconds, and the people were just outside doing other things and not prepared. He said a cluster of reports like this has not happened since the 1970s. One of the most famous incidents occurred in Minerva, Ohio in August 1978 and became known as the Minerva Monster. A family living on Lincoln Street told Fox 8 they were terrorized by the creature. Multiple witnesses also saw it. Stark County Sheriff's deputies responded to their calls. They could not find the animal, but noticed a very strong, unusual, musky ammonia smell in the air. To this day, the Minerva Monster remains a mystery, just like the current creature in Portage County, said Byron. It's a great question. What is going on here, said Byron. I made maps, and it seems to be heading towards the east-southeast. Fox 8 reached out to local law enforcement to see if any official reports have been filed. Byron said they're also still investigating. The Bigfoot community is extremely excited because we thought we'd never live through anything like this again, where there's a massive amount of sightings in such a short amount of time. Thoughts?
I'm so down.
Do you think they've really spotted him?
Yes.
Do you think he's coming out of hiding? Multiple?
Yes.
Well, I think
He's
they
back.
said there was 3
He's
sightings
back,
that
baby.
he pointed out to us then. Doesn't mean there weren't more, but there was only 3
Yeah.
that he sort of said there. But, you know,
He's
within a
That's
couple
it,
of
my
days,
boy's back.
if you're working in Ohio, specifically in this Portage area, whatever it is, and you're like, oh, I take Bigfoot reports, you probably don't expect many to come in.
No.
Maybe a couple of months tops, if that. Probably less than that.
Yeah.
If you get one, later that same day you get another, and then the next day you get another, you're like, what is going on?
What's going on,
You know
man?
what I
He's
mean?
back.
So that's cool.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
I love Bigfoot.
I mean, usually when we get these stories like this and it's like, oh, is something happening, and then you just never hear about it again.
Yeah.
Hopefully, that's not the case this time. Hopefully, something keeps happening or we get more out of this, but at the moment,
Yeah.
history tells us that probably it's just going to disappear, but let's we can be hopeful.
Don't even say that, Sam.
So if you're out in Portland, which you're probably not, but if you are,
If you happen to be out
have a look. Let us know what's going on. You want another one?
Oh,
It's not Bigfoot this time.
what? I don't want it.
Yeah.
It went silent then. You keep yawning.
You don't have to bring up my yawning.
Well, I'm just worried about the dead air on our radio show.
You could say something.
I was also yawning.
Right. I tend to yawn when I talk a lot.
Yeah.
Not if I'm fine, but if I'm a bit tired, I'll yawn more when I talk a lot.
Yap and yawn.
A bit annoying.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Sorry, I shouldn't have brought it up.
next story.
Next story, let's go.
Worker recalls seeing gigantic 10-inch scorpions in Florida.
Absolutely not.
The source is Unexplained Mysteries. Cryptozoologist Dr. Carl Schucker.
Look how he spelt his name.
With a
Sam.
K.
he didn't choose that, but with a K.
With a K. Recently received an intriguing email from a man with a fascinating story to tell.
I'm so into this, but I'm also not. Like, heck that. Scorpions freak me out.
Tales of gargantuan scorpions,
Don't call them gargantuan scorpions.
both in the United States and elsewhere, have been doing the rounds for years, with some stories detailing arachnids measuring as much as a foot or more in length. In a recent blog entry, Dr. Carl Schucker, a zoologist and science writer with a keen interest in the field of cryptozoology, reports on a detailed correspondence he recently received from a Florida man who claimed to have encountered giant scorpions back in the 1980s.
Okay, we've said Florida man.
Yeah.
I'm already not believing this, Sam.
Let's just not hear him out. Let's hear him
I'll
out.
hear him out, but Florida man. I'm picturing that guy from that video with the outfit. What was that? Was that the Bigfoot guy? The Bigfoot. That video we watched on the podcast. And he was like the expert.
Oh,
or whatever
yeah,
at
that
the
guy.
fair
Yeah.
or-
What was his name?
I don't remember, but I'm picturing him in his
Yeah.
leopard print or whatever he was wearing. Anyway, yeah, carry on. Florida man, let's go.
The man had been working as a hazardous waste specialist at the time and had seen scorpions on a regular basis, particularly while inspecting waste around the Highlands leather factory in Serbing. On one particular occasion, however, he recalled seeing a particularly large specimen, almost a foot in length, quickly scurrying across the floor and out of sight. Even the largest known species of scorpion in the US, the giant desert hairy scorpion, grows up to around 14 centimeters in length, approximately half the size of this one.
Get out of here.
Believing his eyes to be playing tricks on him, the man mentioned the sighting to the factory's owner, who promptly took him into a back room to show him something he'd previously caught in a big jar. Mm-hmm. Incredibly, it turned out to be a scorpion around 10 inches in length, an absolute monster. Even the largest known scorpion in the world, the giant forest scorpion, is smaller than this. The factory where this occurred receives hides from countries all over the world, so it's possible that these scorpions had hitched a ride from somewhere else. Their huge size, however, certainly raises some interesting questions. Could there be a population of giant exotic scorpions hiding out in North America?
I really hope not.
So this is one of those cryptozoology stories where it's not some mysterious thought to be extinct or never even known to be real species or like some weird monster thing.
Yeah.
It's just a scorpion. And it's not even like a rad scorpion in Fallout. It's just a slightly big scorpion. But it is unconfirmed. It is, unusual. It's not like we've had stuff fairly close. It's like, it might just be a big one. If they're this big and there's been multiple of them, it probably is like a new species of them. And it's something you wouldn't. It's something you wouldn't think we wouldn't know about.
Ugh.
So it could be real.
I hope it's not.
You don't like scorpions?
No, they freak me out.
You're not that fussed about spiders, though.
I'm a little bit fussed about spiders.
You don't like them, but you're like, it's not like when we have a spider, you demand eye.
No, I get them.
You get them, yeah. So you're not too bad.
I don't like when they just materialize right near you.
Yeah, but you're more scared of scorpions than spiders, are you? Is it because because we don't really get scorpions here?
We don't get scorpions here, and also they look harder. Like they look, you know what I mean? Like they some shell ass bodies.
Yeah.
Like they look like they could really do some damage.
Yeah.
Spiders not so much.
Spiders.
I mean,
if they're big enough,
some spiders can.
Yeah. If they're big enough, spiders have the fangs.
Yeah.
But that's it. Scorpions have the pincers too.
Yeah, they got
And
them
the
pincers
stinger.
and the stinger. The
And
pincer,
they have some-
I think it's the pincers that freak me out.
They have fangs as well, don't they? I think.
Do they? I don't think I've ever paid attention.
I don't
to
know
like,
if
the
they-
face of a scorpion.
I don't know if the fangs. I think they have. They must have something. But I don't think they're venomous. There, the venom is only in the
little
stinger, I think.
Stinger, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah, they just freak me out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
There was a whole thing in the book series I'm reading where they were like a hybrid between a snake and a scorpion.
Right.
Like the end of the snake was like the stinger of a scorpion. I like that less as well. I love snakes.
Yeah.
I really like snakes. I think they're just so cute. That was my tummy rumbling, by the way. I
Yeah.
don't know why. I'm so full of food. But yeah, like if they were like mixed with scorpions, I just don't like scorpions.
Fair
so
enough.
yeah, let's have less of that. I'm gonna go ahead and not believe a word of that because he's a
Because you
Florida
don't
man.
want to. Yeah. Oh, because Florida man, yeah.
Because I don't want to, but also because
Yeah.
he's a Florida man. There you go. I've discredited him.
Fair
He's
enough.
a Florida man. He's talking nonsense. Debunked. Thank you. We come here for the truth, and that's what we give you. No opinions here. Only truth. Only facts.
Right. We're gonna move on now. Because that's the last of cryptozoology.
Aww.
I know.
Aww.
Well, we've got some others though, so it's not over yet.
Okay.
Do you want the first other?
Go on. Go for it.
I'll
Hit me
give
with
it to you. Can cryopreserved brains be brought back? New study sees activity in mouse brain tissue preserved at minus 196 degrees centigrade.
Okay.
Celsius. Wait. Is there a difference between centigrade and Celsius? I feel like I should know this, but all of a sudden I said the two of them and I can't think.
I don't fucking know.
Google it while I'm reading this.
Okay.
The source is IFL Science, which stands for I F word love science. In the quest to live forever, scientists have explored all kinds of unusual avenues. Cryopreservation is a popular talking point, but we humans and our delicate cells don't deal well with freezing. Being preserved only to turn into gloop isn't much of a vision for the future, but a new approach has proven it is possible to revive function in the brain tissue that's been preserved in a glass-like state. This is what's known as vitrification, an approach to preserving something that replaces water in tissues with chemical solvents that solidify into a glass-like substance rather than as freezing in a crystalline structure. This overcomes critical issues with cryopreservation, which is that crystal formation has the potential to destroy cells, leading to that gloop effect I mentioned earlier when whatever tissue is eventually thawed.
It's pretty much the same thing.
Fair. There is a slight difference then.
Yeah, but I'm not smart enough to figure it out.
Fair enough. We'll just assume they're the same then. A team of scientists dedicated to decided to put a new vitrification protocol to the test and see how well it preserved the structure and function of a mouse's brain. They tinkered with aspects of vitrification that could reduce the risk of tissue swelling, crystallization, and trauma. They then vitrified the brain as a whole before rewarming it and cutting slices from the hippocampus, an area of the brain associated with memory and learning. The next step was to check if the brain tissue was intact and, if so, was there anything going on. The results showed that, for at least some of the samples, the hippocampal tissue was able to restart electrical information processing. Yep, even after being preserved in a glass-like state at minus 196 degrees C, which for the Americans in the audience is 320.8 degrees Fahrenheit. Minus 320.8 degrees, sorry. You knew that. The key point for us was not just that some cells survived, but that the tissue retained core features of function after rewarming, including neuronal excitability, synaptic transmission, and long-term potentiation, which is a central cellular mechanism underlying learning and memory, said study author Dr. Alexander German of...
Don't even try.
Yeah, I'm not even going to try. A university. That suggests that relevant neural architecture was preserved well enough for the circuitry to become operational again. Not all of the mouse brain samples recovered normal activity after rewarming, but it marks a significant step in establishing if the cellular machinery responsible for learning and memory can survive preservation. So, what's next? Looking ahead, I think the most immediate applications are in research, said German. This approach could allow viable neural tissue to be preserved in a near-native state and experiments to be distributed across time and location, which may improve reproducibility and reduce animal use. It could also be useful for structural studies, for example, where one wants to preserve tissue for histology or connectomic analysis while maintaining the architecture as faithfully as possible. In the longer term, the broader significance is for cryomedicine. Advances in vitrification could contribute to better preservation of organs and other complex tissues for transplantation, and may also open new possibilities for protecting the nervous system in severe injury or disease. That said, there are still important limitations. Our current study shows short-term recovery in murine tissue, and substantial technical challenges remain before such methods could be translated to larger organs or clinical settings. But what about the goal of living forever? Could a preserved human brain be brought back? As Dr. Ariel Zalesnikov Johnson, neuroscientist and author of The Future Loves You, who was not already involved in the study, told IFL Science, it marks an exciting step, but we've still got a long way to go. Alex German's study is impressive, but it is the first work to show any recovery of electrophysiological function, e.g. brainwaves, from a brain that had been vitrified, turned to glass, and then rewarmed, he said. This had previously been done for thin slices of brain tissue, but not an entire brain at once. The study itself makes clear that there is a long way from doing this to an entire mouse brain, and doing it for a larger mammal, e.g. rat, pig, monkey, human. That being said, the study strengthens the case for two things. The brain activity can be at least partially restored after a brain has been completely inactive and solidified. This had previously only been shown for slices and is now shown for a whole brain at once. And then it may become possible eventually to develop a protocol that can reversibly place an animal into stasis where it is vitrified at low temperatures for an indefinite period of time and then later rewarmed and restored to behavioral function. The study is published in the journal PNAS. Thoughts?
That was a lot of big words there.
There was a lot of big words. That's what happens when you cite IFL science.
What I'm getting is we're one step closer to Futurama.
Exactly. That's exactly what that means. Mm-hmm. Would you get yourself cryopreserved?
No.
You wouldn't?
No. Unless you really wanted me to.
You wouldn't want to come back, be thawed out like in a couple 100 years' time, see what's going on?
No.
What if you were completely functional? You know, it's like in Fallout 4 when they wake up out of the cryopods.
Yeah, no.
You still wouldn't?
No. I can't wait to die.
What if you were just a head?
If I was just a head in a jar,
mm-hmm.
If I got them little robot arms like what Bender has, then yeah, I'd be cool.
Okay.
No, I mean, I don't know. I've got a very cynical outlook on the world, and I'm like, this is why I say I'm always glad we're not having kids, right?
Right.
Because we don't have to worry about bringing kids into this world it's not terrible, but it's not getting better.
They're about to announce UFOs.
That.
What do you mean?
Yeah, but, you know, we're fucking this earth, man. We're fucking it so bad.
Swearing.
Sorry. Oh, I was just thinking about how well I've done as well. Oh, we're flipping it so bad. Oh, I'm actually gutted. Cut that out. Just cut it out.
I don't edit.
Oh, Sam, I've been doing so well.
It'll be all right. Don't worry about it.
It's because you got me onto my rant. You got me in a rant.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think I'd go for it.
Fair enough.
If you wanted me to, I'd do it for you, Sam.
Would you?
I would. That's how much I love you.
I don't know if I want to do it. I don't think I'd do it either.
Nah, we'll just...
Would I though?
Video games, Sam. Think about the video games.
I imagine the games will have it in 100 years. That'd be right good.
I mean, it worked out all right in Futurama. It wasn't so great in Fallout.
Yeah.
So...
I don't know. We'll wait until the technology's better, and we'll see how things are looking.
It depends when it happened in Fallout, they got that music, and that was all the music they had, and that was decent music. We've got awful music now. See how I didn't swear? We've got awful music now. Well, no, that's not true.
It's not all awful.
If it were playing on
Bring
the
Me the
radio,
Horizon about to re-record Count Your Blessings.
Well, I'm just saying they won't be playing that on the apocalyptic radio that we've got. So, you know, I don't think Kerrang would still be kicking about in an apocalypse.
I'm surprised. I think Kerrang's going anyway. I mean,
yeah,
the TV channel's gone.
Yeah, the TV channel's gone.
The radio station might not last a lot longer. I don't know. Unfortunately.
I'm sorry I swore. I've ruined the podcast.
No, you haven't. I'm going to wait. Once the technology's ready, I'll take a look and see what's going on. And if it looks all right, I might do it. I won't be able to afford to do it. What am I talking about?
No, don't be daft. Don't be daft.
Shall we move on?
It's be daft, innit? I know you want to go WALK.
Well, we've not got long left.
Not for a while anyway. You're having a late one today, Dodge.
There's not too much left, so.
Right.
The next story. This is part of a couple.
I just read the headline.
This is part of a couple of different stories involving robots. So if you're scared of robots, tough. Sorry, too. The first robot arrest revealed. Watch the moment. A humanoid is detained by police after terrifying an elderly woman in China.
Oh no.
Sources Daily Mail. In what sounds like a scene from a science fiction thriller, a humanoid robot has been arrested by police after terrifying an elderly woman in China. According to local authorities, the 70-year-old woman was startled by the robot when she suddenly noticed it standing behind her. A viral clip shows the woman yelling and waving her bag at the diminutive bot, which repeatedly raises its arms in the air. Footage then shows two police officers escorting the Unitree G1 down the road, with one leading the robot by its shoulder. Police told reporters that the woman had stopped to check her phone when the robot halted behind her, waiting for her to clear the path. The elderly pedestrian was then frightened to discover the robot was silently following her down the road. Following the incident, the woman told police she was feeling unwell and was taken to hospital for a checkup and treatment. After doctors confirmed there was no physical altercation between her and the robot, the unnamed woman said that she wouldn't be filing a complaint against the bot's operator. The altercation occurred at 9 o'clock local time outside a residential complex in Macau, China. In the video, according to translation by the Macau Post, the woman can be seen yelling, "You're making my heart race. You've got plenty to do, so what's the point of messing around with this? Are you freaking crazy?" Ridiculous. While the robot was not officially arrested, police did remove it from the scene and returned it to its operator, a man in his 50s, who was reminded to exercise caution. However, on social media, the short clip of a robot being escorted away by police has sparked a wave of memes as commenters joke that this is the first robot arrest in history. Authorities revealed that the robot belonged to a nearby education centre which had been using the Unitary G1 robot as part of a promotion. Toin Mack, a spokesperson for the educational centre, told local broadcaster Teledifusão de Macau that the robot was leaving the area when it encountered the elderly woman. Mr. Mack added that it was being guided by a mix of autonomous programming and remote supervision at the time. The robot's operator has apologised for causing distress. While this may be the first time that the police have had to bring a robot into custody, police forces are already making robots part of their approach to fighting crime. Professor Ivan Sun from the University of Delaware previously predicted that robotic police officers would be patrolling our streets in just 5 years. These real-life robocops will be able to detect, pursue, and apprehend suspects, likely working alongside human supervisors. Meanwhile, countries like China and Singapore have begun trialling robotic police robots with varying degrees of success. For example, the Xavier robot in Singapore patrols public spaces to detect undesirable social behaviours such as smoking before relaying the information to human officers. While in China, AI-powered robots such as the Anbot have been integrated into security systems to conduct surveillance, verify identities, and patrol transport hubs. In the UAE, robots have been, that's United Arab Emirates, robots have been used in a more service-oriented role, such as greeting tourists or providing multilingual assistance during large events.
Well, that last one, I imagine the what was his name from Only Murders in the Building?
Who?
The doorman who then became the.
Oh yeah. Lester.
Lester,
Yeah.
yeah. That's not your name, Dodger. Your name's Dodger.
You
Not
don't
Lester.
You don't like them dang clankers.
Them clankers. Oh, Dodger don't like the clankers. Oh, I don't know. You know, I've been freaked out about robots ever since I watched iRobot as a kid. And for some reason, I watched that movie over and over again. And I enjoyed it. But I was also terrified of it.
It's, on the one hand, it's funny that she was freaked out by this robot following her and that they arrested
It's her being like, you have things to do. Leave me alone.
And the fact that they arrested it. But at the same time, it's kind of dystopian that there are just robots going around surveilling people. That's kind of weird.
It is dystopian. You're right. You're so right. It's freaky.
I
don't like it. Yeah, there you go. No, I don't want to be frozen. Thank you.
No to the clankers.
No to the clankers. Dodger, what are you doing, my love?
He's just doing his laps. Dodger, get yourself up here.
You're
Come on.
You're going to trip all over these wires, these microphone wires. Okay, you just do your laps. Yeah. Oh my God. I haven't seen this video. I haven't seen the memes either.
I haven't linked the video. It wasn't linked in the story. I don't think the video will be that interesting. It's more just knowing what happened.
I want to see the memes though.
If you want to watch the video, go find it yourself.
Do my own work.
Next story. About robots again.
Robots again.
Robot goes berserk at a restaurant in California as desperate staff try to drag it away from the customers. As one viewer asks, why isn't there a big red power off button?
Oh, see what I mean? You see what I mean?
Source is the Daily Mail again. This is the shocking moment a dancing robot goes berserk at a restaurant, sending food flying while staff try to drag it away. Customers at the Haidilao hotspot restaurant in San Jose, California, were enjoying their meals when a humanoid started showing off some moves.
It just decided to bust a move.
While performing a dance routine involving waving its arms and shaking its hips, the robot suddenly slams its hands down on a table. This sends Chopstick's bright yellow sauce flying into the air, while staff race over to try and turn it off. But the humanoid continues to dance throughout the altercation, which saw 3 employees wrestle with the robot and try to drag it away by the scruff of its neck. It doesn't have a scruff.
Neck. What do you mean? You've got a scruff, haven't you? Got it there.
The clip has gone viral online, with many people finding the malfunction comical.
Gotcha.
One warned, "This is how the takeover begins," while another joked, "This puts a new spin on doing the robot."
The robot doing the robot.
However, it wasn't all fun and games. As one concerned viewer added, "All jokes aside, shouldn't there be a big red button or a kill switch somewhere on the robot?" During the chaotic scene, one employee could be seen holding the robot by a large handle at the back of its neck while desperately searching on her phone, presumably to find the controls. Staff trying to apprehend the humanoid were forced to periodically duck out of the way to avoid being hit by its waving hands.
Oh, Mommy's hurt me.
He's just a little guy.
Oh, my leg.
Some of the robot's moves include putting its hands on its hips while stamping its legs and waving an arm up and down in the air. Luckily, the customers did not seem to mind their food being thrown around and could be heard hysterically laughing. The incident appears to have been part of a promotional event for Disney's Zootopia 2 at the restaurant. According to Chinese business and financial news website, Gimlin Global, the Haidilao chain is run by a company known for investing in automated kitchens and featuring robot chefs as well as robot food deliveries. Dodger, excuse me. Excuse me, Dodger. What do you think you're doing? You can't step on there. That's my laptop. That's where I'm reading from.
It's scary. I don't know.
That's the story
Freaked
anyway.
Me out.
Dodger!
Robot started dancing and smacking his hands on the table and whatnot. That's just so funny.
Yeah. Damn clankers.
I don't know, Sam. I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
This is why I'm always polite to that lady in the
the
corner.
lady in the corner, yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. It might be funny, but do we really need these robots?
No.
Nah. That's kind of a job that a person could be doing,
Yeah.
maybe. I don't know. Silly. But we've only got one more thing to talk about. It's not a proper news story. But I just wanted to
Oi, get down. Get down.
briefly
Get down. Goodbye.
mention the whole Artemis.
Yeah, how exciting.
So we had Artemis II launch, and it's been all the way to the moon, circled it and come back. They went the furthest distance any people have ever gone from Earth. Ever. It was very good. It seemed to all go very smoothly, which is promising for them doing more of it.
It was very nice seeing people all come together to witness it and be really excited about it.
Everyone was excited about it, yeah.
It was so fun.
And the 24-hour live stream.
We did have it on at bedtime.
We had it on a bedtime of a camera on the side of the space station, the spacecraft, which looked very unreal looking at it. As in, like, it looked like a still image and it was kind of distorted, like the size of it was a bit off. If you rewatch the live stream, like at an increased speed, and you see it kind of moving, it makes more sense.
Yeah.
But watching it, because it's
live.
Because they're flying through space at like 17,000 miles an hour, right? But it looks like a still image because it's the distance is so great. But yeah, if you watch it sped up and you see them moving, it's like, oh, this makes more sense now. But yeah, it was very good. They all enjoyed it. We got some very cool photographs from it. Very exciting. So Artemis 3 originally was going to land on the moon. No, it wasn't. Yeah, it was going to land on the moon. That idea has been scrapped on 3. And it's moved to 4. Artemis 4 is going to land on the moon now. And instead, Artemis 3 is going to go up. I think it is going to be crewed, actually. But it's going to be flying sort of near the moon and practicing doing a trial run of docking, like, with the lunar lander.
Okay.
The lunar lander is being provided either by SpaceX or by Blue Origin.
Right.
They're both developing them, and it's whichever one kind of gets there first or safest.
Oh, wow.
So we don't know yet.
Yeah.
But that's what Artemis 3 is going to do, and in theory, that's launching next year. And then Artemis 4 will land on the moon and begin building the moon base, which is very sci-fi.
That is very
Originally, it was going to be a lunar orbiter from which they would then go down and land on the lunar surface. But the benefit of the lunar orbiter is they could land in multiple different places.
Yeah.
Whereas with a moon base, you're locked into that one location. You can spread out a bit from there, obviously, but you can't just land wherever you want.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, having a permanent moon base, you can essentially set up. The idea is they want to set up it in these craters on the South Pole where the sun never touches.
Right.
And I don't know if they've had it 100% confirmed or if they have strong belief that there is ice water in those craters.
Yeah.
Which they can use partly for drinking.
Yeah.
And partly for creating fuel to launch then from the moon again. Ultimately, in long term, they would launch from the moon to Mars. Which would be incredible. So that's the plan. But obviously,
Dodger.
as things go...
Get off him.
He's a nutter. If it went badly, who knows? Sorry, I wasn't on mic there. If it went badly, who knows? They might have scrapped the whole thing. Because it went so well, that is a very good promising sign of them continuing the Artemis program and these ultimately actually happening and us getting to Mars.
Yeah.
It'll still be a while off yet. There's a lot to do, but that's very exciting. And even before then, there'll be a permanent human presence on the moon at that point, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And then you can go out there. If there's a permanent presence on the moon, I don't know if it'll be a visible area though. But if it's in a visible area, all these people, all the flat earthers, can go get a telescope and they can go look at them on the moon. Or not so much flat earthers, but more moon landing deniers.
Yeah.
Which I think there's some crossover with, but
yeah.
Imagine that. You can go outside and you can see them yourself with a telescope. Crazy.
Be cool.
But yeah, that was very cool. So if you'd watched it, please comment. Let us know what you thought of it. Because I thought it was very good. And yeah, that's it. That's all the stories. That's the podcast for March 2026.
Very fun.
Very spooky. What are the things we're most looking forward to getting updated on next time?
I don't know.
Don't know.
I want more Bigfoot sightings. I want more ghosts. Where are them ghosts at? Where are the actual
They're
ghosts?
hiding. I don't know.
I want more ghosts. And let's find out more about these announcing aliens business.
Okay. I think the two main things are going to be us watching that Bigfoot documentary.
Yep.
And the guy who's gone missing.
Oh, yeah.
And find out what's going on there.
Yeah.
And there are, like I say, there have been other people gone missing, and we'll update on that next time. And hopefully there'll be even more to the story at that point. But I think that's going to be very exciting and very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Thank you very much.
Please do like, comment, and subscribe. You know, and then
Tell a friend, tell a family member.
Tell all your friends, lie to them about what the podcast's about, and get them to listen.
Yeah.
That's fine. Who was it that said that? I think that's a Weekly Planet thing. They said that,
Is it?
and it's working. People are listening, so
go.
please tell them whatever they're interested in. Tell them it's about that, and then hopefully they'll listen.
Yeah.
But they might like it and they might stick around. You know what I mean? Even if it's not what they thought it was.
Might be our dazzling.
They might like it even more than what they thought they were getting.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Expand their horizons.
Yeah, and yeah, have a good rest of your month.
Yeah. And we'll see you later.
We'll see you later, Zons.
Bye.
Bye.